Okay, so there you go. There's classifying angles, right? Now let's make another little subheading, okay? And this is the last thing I'm going to say to you, which is about, yeah, someone had a question? No? Yeah? Okay. Different sums of angles. Now when we combine angles in different ways and find the sum of each one, sometimes they're important, we give them special names, okay? So for instance, here's our first one, okay? If you have two angles, you put them together like this, A and B, and if you add them up together and you get a right angle in there, okay? We say that A and B, well, when we add them together we get 90, so we call them complementary. Not like as in, you know, wow, that meal was fantastic, which is complement with an I, but this is complementary, as in they go together, okay? Like that wine and that fish are very complementary or something like that, okay? Question? Yeah. Okay, that's right. So if they add up to 90 degrees, then they're called complementary, okay? Now, if we have another two angles, let's call them C and D, and instead of adding up to 90 degrees, they add up to 180, to a straight line. Again, we have a special sort of name for it. Does anyone remember what it is? It's very similar to this. Yeah? Starts with an S.
Supplementary.
Supplementary, that's right. So here, C and D are supplementary. That's okay. I'm not gonna rub it off or anything like that. Because C degrees plus D degrees equals 180. Okay? Now this goes along with the fact that if you put any bunch of angles together, it can be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 500. If they're all on a straight line together, they're always going to add up to 180 degrees. Okay. So that was complementary, A. Supplementary was B, they add up to 180. Okay. Two more, which are very similar to this, and then we'll finish. Ah, you're thinking of like when they've got parallel lines. We're going to get to that next lesson. Okay?
The alternate.
The Z? Yeah, that's all about parallel lines. We'll get there. We'll get there. Not tomorrow, the day after, I guess.
What does
Yep.
supplementary mean then?
Yep, so supplementary means you got a pair of angles, and they add up to 180. So for example, 100 and 80. 100 degrees, 80 degrees. They'd be supplementary.
Okay.
Or 90 and 90, or 10 and 170. You add them together and you get 180. There's
170, 90.
yeah, there's an infinite number of pairs. Okay.
Or 180 and 0.
So
All right.
it
Last
means
thing. Oh,
the
yeah,
same-
sorry, yeah.
So it means the same as complementary, but like,
Different size.
yeah.
Yeah, 90 here, 180 here.
Okay.
Okay, last two little bits here to finish. Again, I'm thinking about when you add up particular angles. Now, if you've got scissors there, probably most of you don't, but if you do, I want you to cut a triangle out of a piece of paper. You can get like a scrap piece of paper or something like that. I can probably lend you one. Or you don't even need to. Cut it. If you can tear up a triangle into like 3 pieces, like they can be really
Very
nasty looking
bad.
tears. Okay. X, Y, and Z. Okay. Since you guys, does anyone have them? If you guys don't have them, then I'll have to do one. Anyone? Because I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay, here we go. Here's a triangle. No, that's not a triangle. Let's try again. Okay, here's my triangle. Alright? Is that alright? Watch, nothing up my sleeves. Okay, now, if I think about the 3 different angles that I have here, so I'm calling them X, Y, and Z. They all have a really special relationship. No matter what triangle you get, I could cut another one. Like I wasn't paying particular attention to what kind of triangle I cut, right? If I get, let me measure, sort of label them for you. X,
Y,
and Z. You okay with that? You see them there? Okay. All right. Now, if I cut them and I put them all beside each other. Okay. Let's do. There's X. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So I got X here, right? Now, if I draw that here, I'm going to draw it on because I don't have anything to stick it with. So there's my X. You happy with that? It's about
Yeah, we have to.
I'll hold it up again in a second. Okay. Where's Y? There it is.
So
Okay. Let's put him there. So that's kind of off like that. That's y. You happy with that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Here is z. Okay. So I'm going to stick him up here. There we go. There's z. Okay, now when I put them all together, let me see if I can hold them up for you. I'm going to struggle. Okay. I need more hands. There's my x, y, and z together. Okay? Yeah, more everything actually. Okay? And you can see when you put them together, and I want you to try this. You can borrow my scissors if you like and do it. You can almost see it here. All the way across, right? That is a straight angle, right? So any three angles in any triangle, x plus y plus z, is equal to, what's the size of a straight angle? 180, good.
180.
Okay, it's 180. So I could say that with a sentence. I could say the angle sum, which is the sum of all the angles, the angle sum of a triangle is 180. 180 degrees is better because actually it matters what units we've got. Okay. Now I said I was going to show you one last one. This was the second last one. Okay. I can do it up there. I can do it up there. I'm just going to have to rub off my cool triangle angle. You can go down the page, but I've run out of whiteboard space. So here's my last one. Okay. We just did the angle sum of a triangle, which is 3 angles. What's a shape called when it's got 4 angles? It's called a quadrilateral, isn't it? Hello. Quadrilateral meaning 4 sides. Okay. So I'm interested in the angle sum of a. Now, how do we spell quadrilateral again? Quad-A-D-R-I, and then lateral. Okay. Now, name for me some kinds of quadrilaterals you know, because we actually know a whole bunch. Yeah, how about that? Rectangle, give me another one. Square, give me another one. Rhombus, give me another one. Trapezium. Not a polygon. We need 4 sides. Shh. Square. Did I say square? Okay, now I'm going to suggest that all of them, no matter what kind of quadrilateral they are, they all have the same angle sum. Here's the way I'm going to show you. Let me draw some weird, wonky looking quadrilateral. It's pretty wonky. That's so wonky because that side's not even straight. Let's fix that, shall we? There we go. Okay. Now I've deliberately tried to draw it, and I'd like you to try and draw it too. So none of the sides are equal. None of the sides are parallel. It's just a weird four-sided shape.
Wait, same one like that or just
Okay. That'll do. That'll do if you draw it like that. Just make sure they're at equal sides. Now have a look at it. I can actually break up this quadrilateral. I can break it up into 2 triangles, can't I?
Yep.
I can do it a couple of different ways. What's one way I could do it? If I called it A, B, C, D. What should I join?
Cut it.
Yeah, I could go B, D, like that. So now I've got 2 triangles. I could have done AC as well, but it won't matter. Tell me, this triangle up here, A, B, D, what's the angle sum?
180.
We just said it's 180. What about the other one, the small one, BCD? What's its angle sum? It's still 180. It doesn't matter how big or small or whatever. So it's a triangle, that's right. So now if I take both of them, you've got to add them up, right? The angle sum of quadrilateral is 180 plus 180 degrees, which is 360. Okay. Now, don't forget how I illustrated this with the triangle. You remember I got the triangle, I cut it apart, I put all the angles next to each other, and what did I get? When I put all the angles here together, what did I get? I got a straight angle, didn't I? And that's why I said 180. If you make for yourself a quadrilateral, someone can come and borrow these, right? If you cut out all the angles and you stick them together, what should you expect to make?
360.
360. I ought to be expecting this guy, right? I want you to try it. I want you to try it, okay?